Okay, hey, it's childish, can't be no homegirl, drop it like the NASDAQ. Move white girls like it's coke up my ass crack. Move black girls, cause man, fuck it, I'll do either. I love pussy, I love bitches, dude, I should be running Peter in Adidas with some short.
Hello everyone, I'm your boy Ben Boy, and welcome to what was not originally going to be planned as a new video. Now, as you can see down here in the corner, it's 9:44 a.m. I have not slept yet. I don't know why I wanted to stay up this late. I figured I could probably stay up all night and then be tired by like, 9, maybe 10 o'clock tonight, and then get some decent sleep. Kind of, like resetting the sleep schedule. This is gonna be a reaction video to, and I'm sure you already saw it when I switched to this scene here, the Spider-Man Far From Home teaser trailer. Just released 32 minutes ago, and we're gonna watch it together. Oh my god, we're already into that new suit. Okay, so basically all this video is gonna be is my first reactions to it, as well as then I'm kind of gonna try to, it's only 3 minutes, so we're gonna watch it once and then I'm gonna go back through and kind of analyze stuff that I may have noticed and whatnot in the trailer and provide my thoughts on it. So let's do this. Alrighty, let's do this. Okay, Far From Home, we knew that.
Thank you, Spider-Man.
That was so good. Hey, sorry I'm late. Happy.
You look nice.
Thank you. You too.
Thank you. New dress?
Yes, it is. How'd you know?
Ooh, Aunt May and Happy have a thing going on, huh?
What just happened?
Huh. Okay.
On a trip?
Mm-hmm. Going to
You
Europe.
smelled his socks.
Cool trip.
He's going to Europe, huh?
Did you get your passport?
Peter Parker here to pick up a passport, please.
Mini toothpaste? Pack your suit.
I just want to go on my trip with my friends. Europe doesn't really need a friendly neighborhood Spider-Man.
Oh my god, you did not.
You look really pretty.
Therefore, I have value.
No, that's not
I'm
right.
messing with you. You look pretty too.
I just want to spend some time with MJ. I think she really likes me, dude.
That reminds me when I first fell in love. I had just
MJ.
finished my film called.
Oh.
So nice to finally meet you, Spider-Man.
You're Nick Fury.
Put some clothes on. Let's go for a ride.
Is he gonna be okay like that?
Might want to turn him over so he doesn't swallow his tongue.
Nick Fury? No fucking
Fury
way.
just hijacked her summer vacation.
Awesome.
No way, dude.
You got gifts, Parker.
Is that Sandman?
You have a job to do. Are you going to step up or not?
Okay, so Sandman, Nick Fury. Who else?
Alone.
Who was that?
Trouble? What are you gonna do about it? You don't want any part
Who
of
are
this.
you? I have no idea who that is. Mysterio? Yo!
Who is that guy?
He's like Iron Man and Thor rolled into one.
He's no Spider-Man.
What is it with you and Spider-Man?
What, he looks out for the neighborhood, has a dope suit, and I really respect him. Sup, dickwad?
Oh my god. Wait, is that dude supposed to be fucking, Flash Thompson? Is he supposed to be Flash Thompson? That's so dumb. Anyway, so, let's go back to the very beginning of the trailer. Okay, let's go back to the very beginning of the trailer. Alright, so, first of all, this is a repeated shot. It's shown here, and it's shown later in the trailer. It's shown 2 times in the trailer, so you can kind of tell that they wanted to keep the trailer, action-y, and in order to do that, they repeated the same shot twice. So we get the title card. Hold on, let's go back to that title card real quick. All right, so title card, we have the Marvel Studios, okay, Spider-Man Far From Home. I kind of like how they kept like the homecoming style, like they kind of like combine the homecoming style with something new, and so it makes the movie title card look like something familiar, but also something very new as well. Now, I had a theory a little while back that, hold on, every time I use my numpad to change the hotkeys, it changes the video, so I should actually be clicking over here on the actual program to change the screens instead of the hotkeys, because it fucks with the video. Anyway, I had a theory about Far From Home, and I was really hoping that my theory was correct, but it does not seem that my theory was correct. Now, this theory was a huge shot in the dark, and that's why I never made a video on it or anything. But basically, I had theorized that with the new black parts of his suit, and on top of that, the title card being Far From Home, and on top of that, we didn't know what would be happening with Avengers 4 at the time. I figured that maybe... I didn't know that Avengers 4 would be out before Spider-Man. I thought it was going to be vice versa. That being said, I had theorized that maybe while Peter, like, dissolved, maybe he didn't really die, per se. He just got transported to a faraway planet, and that this movie was going to be an MCU version of Secret Wars. And then maybe the black parts of his suit wasn't like the symbiote suit, but maybe it was more or less like a normal suit that was infused with some powers of the symbiote that maybe a Madam Web type figure would give him. But I guess that theory is thrown out the window, because it seems like I can guess 3 of maybe 4 villains that Peter will be fighting in this film. And I'll get to them as they appear on screen. So let's continue with the film here. So he takes off his mask. He's in a sewer. I'm guessing that's just before or just after Nick Fury takes him down there, because they're riding in the boat later. I have no idea what significance that explosion is.
Thank you, Spider-Man.
Okay, so they're thanking him for... I think they're thanking him for saving the students, and they're welcoming home the students that he saved. On top of that, we see Aunt May being the coordinator because she already knows that Peter is Spider-Man from the end of Homecoming.
So good. Hey, sorry I'm late.
Here's a possible relationship between Happy and Aunt May, which would be kind of interesting.
Thank you. You too.
Thank you. New dress?
Yes, it is. How'd you know?
What just happened?
I like that line. I like that line because not only is it funny, not only is it comedy, but it could also, and it could be taken ironically as in like he's purposely making a joke, but it could also be taken innocently, where, you know, it just goes to show that this Peter is quite a younger Peter. Homecoming made it a point to establish that he's already past his origin, right? Like, Homecoming made it a very specific point that it is past his origin. Ooh. Sorry about that, audience. Made a very specific point that he's past his origin. His origin is behind him, and that he's looking to the future now. But this Spider-Man isn't a seasoned, experienced Spider-Man like the Spider-Man in Spider-Man PS4. So he's kind of like somewhere in between, where he's still figuring a lot of things out, but he's also been Spider-Man for a little bit. And so if we think of Spider-Man PS4 as him being Spider-Man for like 10 years, and I don't know if these are factual at all, but if he's been Spider-Man for 10 years in Spider-Man PS4, he's probably only been Spider-Man for 4, maybe 5 in these movies. We'll continue on here.
Planning a trip?
Mm-hmm. Going to Europe. It's a school trip.
Okay, there's a couple different things here. Number one, the Marvel 10-year anniversary logo popped up on screen. Very nice. Second off, he's going to Europe. Makes me think that all of the villains that will be in this movie are gonna be a once and done thing. Because with like Vulture and his goons, like Shocker and all that, they were already in the US, in New York, in Peter's like home turf. All these villains are gonna be in Europe, so what makes me think is maybe 1 or 2 of them at max will come over to America, but ultimately it seems like all of the villains that will be in this are European only, so they might only make 1 appearance in this movie and that's it. That theory could be dead wrong, or I could be completely correct. I'm not sure. Let's continue on. Okay, so we're swinging through New York.
Did you get your passport?
Peter Parker here to pick up a passport, please.
Mini toothpaste? Pack.
Okay, so I can already tell that that is probably how Nick Fury knows he's going to Europe, is because if you don't know anything about S.H.I.E.L.D., S.H.I.E.L.D. is like a super organization that organizes heroes against villains, I think. And they have many different uses, but that's just the one that I most commonly like think of them as. And S.H.I.E.L.D. does have immense power and can easily access United States records, like fairly easily. So I think that that's how Nick Fury finds him, is because, you know, he orders the passport and Nick Fury's like, where's he going on his passport? Oh, Europe. Okay, well, we'll just go meet him there. Also, I'm sorry if I look tired. Again, like I said, it's how late is it now? 9:57. It is pretty early in the morning. So yeah, Aunt May's being the typical mother figure and telling him, oh, you got your toothpaste, you got your suit.
Have your suit. I just want to go on my trip with my friends. Europe.
I like that. See, I like that a lot because not only does it give an excuse for the new suit, but on top of that, it's kind of starting to show that at this point, so early in him being Spider-Man, presumably so early in him being Spider-Man, he's starting to struggle with balancing Peter Parker and Spider-Man at the same time.
Doesn't really need a friendly neighborhood Spider-Man.
Europe doesn't need a friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, huh? Wait until you're proven wrong.
You look really pretty.
Therefore, I have value.
I thought that this was Liz Allen. Or am I wrong? I'm really tired, so I could be remembering the movie wrong, but is this supposed to be MJ? Because if she's supposed to be, I'm not sure if I like her. To be honest, I'm not sure if I like her being MJ. With every single iteration of MJ that I've seen, even dating back to the comics, MJ has been a redhead. And I understand that they're trying to, maybe de-shape that stereotype about Mary Jane Watson. But I feel like if MJ's not a redhead, it's just there's something missing from the story. Maybe they'll have her start dyeing her hair in the future. Who knows? You know what I mean? I don't know. What I do know is that she's weird. It's like having a Gwen Stacy without Gwen Stacy being blonde. Gwen Stacy is always blonde. Mary Jane Watson is always a redhead. And I'm not saying that all these women should look and be exactly the same in every iteration. Like, even in here, she has a darker skin tone, right? And, that darker kind of Spanish-y vibe that I get from her is, pretty cool for the advancement of the Mary Jane character. It's just, she's not redheaded, and I'm not saying that I want her to be necessarily ginger, just maybe have her be somebody who dyes her hair red, or at least has red highlights in her hair or something. Because a huge part of Mary Jane, at least in my opinion, was like her hair is red and it signifies how much of a spitfire she is. She ain't gonna let Green Goblin just snatch her up most of the time. Right, Gwen Stacy gets snatched up by Green Goblin and she just kind of, doesn't put up a fight because she feels powerless to stop him, and then she ends up dying. Whereas you turn around and there's Mary Jane who gets grabbed by the Green Goblin and she's punching his chest and trying to punch his mask the entire time trying to escape him. Like, she's a lot more feisty. She's not gonna put up with a lot of shit.
No, that's not right.
I'm messing with you. You look pretty too.
Sense of humor is still there. I like that sense of humor.
I just want to spend some time with MJ. I think she really likes me, dude.
That reminds me when I first fell in love. I had just finished my food copy.
And Nick Fury enters. I feel like Samuel L. Jackson plays the part really well. Kind of like Mace Windu from Star Wars. Imagine if somebody else was playing Mace Windu from Star Wars. I'll wait. Didn't work out as well, did it? I didn't think so. It's just, I don't know. I think Samuel Jackson is a great actor. Love that he plays Nick Fury. Boom.
So nice to finally meet you, Spider-Man.
Like, it has a dart gun with a red dot sight. Like, I just realized that.
You're Nick Fury.
Put some clothes on. Let's go for a ride.
Is he gonna be okay like that?
Might want to turn him over so he doesn't swallow his tongue.
That's real life lessons, ladies and gentlemen. If you have a drunk friend and they pass out and you take them home, never let them lay on their stomach or on their back. Always lay them on their side, stack up big stacks of pillows or something else that'll keep them from rolling over. I don't speak from experience. I just know that. It's general rule. Because if you're laying face down or face up and you vomit, all that shit's either staying in your mouth and could possibly suffocate you, or you're going into a pile of it. That's how Bon Scott of AC/DC died. You don't need to know that. Just, you know, a piece of trivia. It says next summer. We already knew that. I figure it's probably going to come out in late June. I figure. See, here's where things get kind of confusing to me. Alright, so this was either planted in the trailer on purpose to throw people off and was just edited with CGI, or because, alright, this doesn't make much sense to me, right? Why does he have the red and blue suit if A, he left it at home, and B, him leaving it at home was the excuse to get the new suit? If Nick Fury just gave him the red and blue suit again, what's the point of that cool, like, all blacked out, like, modern noir style suit with the flip down goggles? Or what's the point of the new red and black suit? Either this is an edit, either this right here is an edit, and that's supposed to be black. Something happens to this suit while he's in the field. Like one of the villains that are about to appear in this trailer so far appear and they tatter the shit out of it with battle damage. I have no clue, but one of those things is definitely going to happen.
I think Nick Fury just hijacked our summer vacation.
That he did.
Awesome.
You know why? Because, oh, he's also getting, really quick before I move on to the villains, here's the repeated shot, and also he's getting wings now. He's getting his web wings, which I find pretty interesting that they waited this long to give him web wing. I guess it's cool, but still. He's getting web wings now. They're sticking with the same style suit, just black now instead of red and blue. Ultimately, I think I like this suit. So this looks an awful lot like a Miles suit, but at the same time, it's not Miles, it's obviously Peter. Unless they just catch us completely off guard and somehow Peter gets incapacitated and Miles Morales is European. But I doubt it. Alright, so here we get into the villains. So, first of all, some sort of apocalyptic event has to happen in either Europe or France or somewhere. Because, as you can see here, right, using context clues, okay? I'll start with the biggest elephant in the room, literally, and work my way down to the smallest details, okay? First thing, right? You have that woman who's like the right-hand man of Nick Fury, don't remember her name, and Nick Fury here, and they're shooting at what appears to be Sandman, right? That's evident and obvious. It's literally a big fucking dusty man heaving, right? So, unfortunate that they, now, I was about to say it's unfortunate that they took more of a monster route instead of the green striped shirt, but we don't know if he has a human form yet. That could be a monster form, and he could be more like the Incredible Hulk, and just he grows into that. Now, moving down to the more smaller details, as you can see, this is all fine brickwork in a very light and desert-y seeming environment, which, I'll be quite frank with you, I don't think a lot of Middle Eastern countries have this style of brickwork, or this style of like door architecture or anything like that. Or this modern of cars. As you can see, it's covered in sand and dust. So this is obviously somewhere that's like Middle Eastern-like, but it's still European architecture. And the biggest piece of evidence that shows that this is a European area is this sign right here. I can't really read it, but it says Motel less something. And I don't think that in the middle of the Middle East they would have an English sign for a French hotel. I really don't think they would. I mean, hey, I could be wrong, but I don't think that's the case.
You got gifts, Parker, but you have a job to do.
Right, so here we see a classic bridge in London. I recognize the bridge. I don't know the name and I don't know exactly where it's located, but I know this is a bridge landmark in London.
Are you going to step up or
So there you go, he's flying down. That same shot again, that's the second repeated shot. Here we have a guy bursting out of fire. Now, this is one of two things. Either A, why did I say one of two yet I said A? What the fuck? This is one of two things. Number one, this is the villain, right, who controls fire. Or two, this is somebody getting their entire body melted off by the villain. Maybe?
Your friends are in trouble?
There's the cool little, like, retro-ish noir suit that I was talking about, like kind of like the updated noir suit. Now, if he gets his red and blue suit back, why does he have this one? Why does he have the red and black suit? These are the questions that I'm asking because I don't understand. If he's gonna give up being Spider-Man for the vacation and then, oh, here's your red and blue suit, why does he need both of these? I mean, obviously the movie's gonna answer those questions, but you know, we're just speculating at this point. Does Mysterio destroy it? Do the elemental baddies destroy it? Like, does the fire guy singe it, or does Sandman cut it up with grains of sand? Who knows? Okay, I do have to really quickly mention as well. I do kind of like that. I like this more than moving eyes, to be honest. Having them flip down like that, I would love that more than having the, oh, yep, here we go. We have Hydro Man. Hydro Man is now confirmed to be in this too, and this is what I'm saying by the elementals. We already have a Sandman, that's Earth. We already have a Fireman, that's fire. We already have Hydro Man, that's water. And then on top of that, that's three villains. And then the fourth potential Mysterio. Now, the reason why I say the fourth potential is because in the upcoming scene, I'll let it play.
You don't want any part of this.
As you can see right here, it looks like Mysterio is fighting Hydro Man. So my theory is that he starts off as a villain who's kind of like controlling these guys, kind of like in Insidious 6 kind of thing. But he eventually sees his wrongs and Spider-Man turns him to the good side. And so then he has to help Spider-Man fight to destroy his creations, is what I'm kind of thinking. Glad to see he still has the fishbowl head. And I also really like this graphic of it forming a planet and turning into Spider-Man's head for the Far From Home end card. It's very nice.
Who is that guy?
He's like Iron Man and Thor rolled into one.
He's no Spider-Man.
I think this guy's Flash Thompson, because he hated on him the entire time. And although he's never really named, I think up till this point, he still seems to be Flash Thompson, because he's like, man, Spider-Man's so cool, and then he insults Peter. Also, really quickly, I could be completely wrong about this. This kind of, to me, looks like the Vulture guy. I'm not saying it is, I'm not saying it isn't, but it looks like they maybe could have edited his face to make him look different in this trailer, but it could be the guy who played the Vulture. Just throwing that theory out. It's a shot in the dark. I have really no basis other than they kind of look similar. But, I mean, you know, if it turns out to be the Vulture, hey, I predict it.
What is it with you and Spider-Man?
What, he looks out for the neighborhood, has a dope suit, and I really respect him. What's up, dickwad?
Also, was that Gwen Stacy? Is that supposed to be Gwen Stacy? If she was in the previous movie and her name was mentioned, I apologize. I don't remember most of this moment. But that kind of looks like Gwen Stacy to me. That looks like a Gwen Stacy to me anyway.
He looks out for the neighborhood, has a dope suit, and I really respect him. What's up, dickwad?
Alright, so... Oh, July 5th. I wasn't that far off. I said the end of June, and it's July 5th. So I wasn't that far off. So, I guess the main takeaway from this trailer Here's the main takeaways from this trailer, okay? It could be a possible relationship development between Happy and Aunt May. And I'm trying to do these in order of as they appear in the trailer. There could be a relationship thing between Happy and Aunt May. Somehow Spider-Man goes through 3 suits in the movie. I don't understand how that works, but he ends up going through his red and blue one, then the stealth one, then the red and black one by the end of the movie. We possibly have a villain to hero conversion in the movie with Mysterio turning good. The villain theme for this movie is the elements. We have water, fire, and earth so far. Then Mysterio could be soul or whatever. You know, out of the 5-pointed star. We know for a fact it's coming out next summer, July 5th. Is there anything else that I missed? MJ is not a redhead, but we kind of already knew that from the last movie. He's going to Europe. We know the setting now, and we know that my theory was wrong. Yeah, I can't think of anything else. I really can't think of anything else. So yeah, this trailer just dropped. Wow, look at this comment. First comment. But I thought Spider-Man committed I don't feel so good. Yep, well, Avengers 4 comes out before this movie. Avengers 4, I think, is said to come out, like May. And then this comes out July 5th. Either way, I'm super hyped for this movie. And I can't wait to see it. It looks amazing. This is one of the 4 films that I'm going to be seeing this year. You can also expect reactions to trailers of these 4 films. There's going to be, I'm going to go see Captain Marvel. Well, okay, I say I'm going to go see Captain Marvel, but Captain Marvel's plot has made some leaps and... Oh, sorry, what's up with me and hitting the mic? I think it's because I'm tired. Captain Marvel's plot has been taking some shifts lately. Originally, I heard that it was the ending of Captain Marvel is literally going to be the start of Endgame, but now I'm hearing that it has very little to do with it. So if the movie Captain Marvel comes out and it only has like literally one thing that threads into the story of Endgame, then I'll not watch it. But if the ending is actually the beginning of Endgame and like people are like, wow, the ending actually links up and like this is the setup to the next movie, then I will go and see Captain Marvel. Then we obviously have Endgame. I'm definitely going to see that. Expect a trailer reaction if they don't have one out already, and if there is already one out, when they release another trailer, I'll react to that one. This movie, which we just reacted to the teaser trailer, when they come out with an official first trailer, I'll react to that one too. And then finally, Star Wars 9 is coming out in December, and we will finally know if my predictions were correct. I doubt it. I highly doubt my prediction video for Star Wars 9 is correct. If you haven't watched that video, I'll put it top of the description in the a link in the top of the description down below. Go check that out. I put a lot of effort into it. I put almost as much effort as the Spider-Man review that just released. That will also be second in the description for you guys for your viewing pleasure. That was also last video was the Spider-Man review. So yeah, let me know your guys' thoughts on the Spider-Man Far From Home movie in the comments down below. Make sure to leave a like if, you know, we had the same reaction at some parts where we were like completely mind blown. And as always, I'll see you all in the next activity. Bye-bye.